sorry, I forgot to ask. Anyways, like I was saying, I have everything all set up and ready for your cranial nerve exam, but as is procedure, I do have to ask you a couple questions here just to confirm that this is really you for this appointment. Could I have your first and last name, please? Okay, perfect. And then date of birth. Alright. And is there a specific reason for this appointment that will help me fine-tune the exams? If there's a certain reason for you being in here today. No? Okay, just want to do an annual checkup. That makes sense. Okay, well, we have all those questions out of the way. Now, we can get started on your cranial nerve exam. Do you have anywhere you have to be after this? No? Okay, this should take about a half an hour, so I don't want to have this run for too long, but obviously we have to get through some important tests, and they might take a little bit of time, so just want you to know how long you'll be here most likely for. Anyways, let's get started. So, first off here, I have a pretty fun test, I think. This is a smell test. So I've got these little tablets over here, and I can pop them open, and then they release an odor. You just have to tell me what it is, okay? Yeah, nothing too complicated. Here's the first one. Alright, now, what do you think that this smells like? That's coffee. Good job. It's pretty strong. Yeah, we try not to make the test super hard. This one's mostly just to see if you have no sense of smell at all. So, most of these are pretty strong. Alright, here's the next one for you. What do you think that one is? Good job. That is spearmint. And then we'll do one more, just for good measure, but I think you have these down pretty good. If you get the first two, most likely you'll get the last one here. Alright, what do you think that one is? Vanilla. Good job. And I think we should be good there. I will also be writing down your results here because I used to not do that, but my memory is not the greatest, so I do like a bunch of exams for somebody and then just forget what happened. So that's probably not the best practice. I've switched it up since then. Anyways, next I have some visual tests for you. This first one, pretty simple. I'm just gonna hold up a number on my hand. You tell me how many fingers I'm holding up, alright? Okay, nothing too complicated here for you. What about this? How many fingers am I holding up? Yep, good job. Here. Yep. Perfect. Good job. Yep. Alright. Good job there. We're going to do the same test. I just need you to close one of your eyes for me, okay? You can choose which one we start with. Okay, ready? Keep the other eye closed. Here we go. Yep. Perfect. Good job. Okay. Okay, now close the other eye. Oh, you have to open the other eye now. You can't do this with your eyes closed. That'd be kind of crazy. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Good job. Yep. Perfect. Yep. Alright. Looking pretty good on this test. I'll move my hand back a little bit. Good job. You like the squishmallow in the office? Helps patients calm down. A lot of people really don't like the doctor. Myself included, actually. But anyways, you did a good job on that. Yeah, I have this problem where anytime I get a shot for anything, I just really don't like needles, and I think this is why this happens. But I'll get a shot, and then I'm like super nervous about it, and then I'll get it, and it's really not that bad. I feel fine, but then like between like 5 and 15 minutes later, I get super lightheaded, and I usually have to sit down, or I think I'm gonna pass out. So, not sure why that happens, but that does happen to me. Anyways, next test here. Sorry, I don't want to waste too much of your time. We are going to make sure that you are not colorblind. A lot of people actually don't realize that they are colorblind until pretty late in life, at least later than you would think. Like, a lot of people don't realize till they're in their late teens, their 20s. Some people might be 40, 50 years old before they realize that they're colorblind. So, do a quick test for that right here with this Rubik's Cube. Could you tell me what color this is? Good job. That is red. What about this one? Blue. Good job. What about here, the center one? Yellow. Yep. This one here. Green. Perfect. This one. Red. And what about this one? Good job. We'll do a couple more. What color is this? White. Make this a bit more difficult. What color is this? Red. This one. Yellow. And then what's that top color? Blue. Perfect. Very, very good job. I almost have this solved. I kind of forgot how to do the last part, but when I have no patience in here, it gets kind of boring. So, I like to entertain myself. Good job on that test. Okay, for this next test, all I'm going to need you to do is follow my finger. I'm going to move it closer to your nose and farther away from your nose. We're just going to make sure that you don't have any problems with your vision when the depth perception is changing. So, here we go. Just keep your eyes focused on my finger. Good job. Alright. Perfect, perfect. Okay, I think you should be good here. We'll go back and forth one more time. Everything looks normal though. Alright, can you close one of your eyes for me? Thank you. Okay. Alright, can you close the other one? Okay, that looks normal as well. Alright, now, have you ever had any concerns about needing glasses or contacts? No? Okay, that's good, that's good. If you ever do, you can get an eye exam scheduled, obviously, and we can get a solution for that. But, you know, that's good. That makes things a lot more convenient if you don't have to bring glasses with you or put contacts in. Alright, next test we have a little bit different. So I've got this stylus here, and you can feel both ends of it. This side is pretty soft. I'm not really sure what material this is. Kind of a rubbery material. And then this side is just metal. So what I'm going to do is have you close your eyes and then tap you with either the rubber side or the metal side. You just have to tell me which side I tap you with, okay? Okay, close your eyes for me. I'm going to mix this up so you can't guess. Alright, here's the first side. Good job, that was rubber. Metal. extremities, like your fingers or your toes, anything like that? Okay. Yeah, because I know a lot of people, especially people that don't have like great blood circulation, they have issues with that, especially as they get older. So it's always good to check for that. And if you ever notice that happening, then we can run some tests and try to find a solution to that, because that just kind of like, it's a weird feeling. Like if your hands or your toes get really cold and you can't feel them, just really unpleasant. So I can't imagine what it would feel like to just have that feeling all the time. So if that ever does happen, please let us know. Alright, next test here. All I need you to do is clench your jaw, and then I'm just going to feel and make sure that there's no issues that you're having there. So just clench your jaw for me. Thank you. Here, can you move your head a little bit like this? Thank you. Alright, now the other way for me. Perfect, can you go straight up? Alright, everything looks normal there. Now, I just need you to make a couple expressions for me. Just can you do a smile real quick? It doesn't have to be a real smile. Fakest smile imaginable if you wanted to. Okay, can you raise your eyebrows? Alright. Can you wink if you can? If you can't, that's fine. Okay, now other eye. Perfect. Okay. I was just checking to make sure that you have some symmetry with your expressions, because this is just a one-off chance, because the odds of this happening obviously aren't super high, but that is a sign of a stroke if you have very visible asymmetry in your face. So we just check for that. Obviously the odds of you having a stroke during a medical exam, especially one that's not related to stroke-like symptoms, are not super high, but we still do that just to make sure. You never know, and that's a pretty quick thing to do, so that's why it doesn't take up too much time, and it's just good to check. Alright, now I'm going to check your reflexes here real quick. Now, I'm just going to raise your seat up so your legs aren't on the ground. If you can stand up for me real quick. Alright, that should be good. Now just sit still, relax. Oops, sorry. Perfect. I'll do the other leg. Perfect. Okay. That looks normal. So that is good. Alright. Next test I have for you. I'm going to do a couple tests for your hearing. Have you noticed any issues with your hearing lately? No? Okay, that's good. So, this first test here, I'm going to whisper a word into one of your ears. You have to have your eyes closed. Tell me which ear it is and what the word is, okay? This is a classic cranial nerve exam test. So, hopefully this one's not too difficult for you. But, alright, you ready? Close your eyes. Binder. Good job. Piano. Perfect. Champion. Yep. Rabbit. Good job. I'll make this a little bit more difficult for you here. Xylophone. Good job. Paperclip. Alright, we'll do one more. Zamboni. job. You got all those right. Very impressive. We'll do a couple more hearing tests for you real quick. So what I'm going to do is just snap. You can keep your eyes open for this one. I'm going to snap like this into one of your ears and then slowly move away from your ear. You just have to tell me when you can't hear it anymore, alright? Pretty straightforward. Okay. Just don't move your head because that can mess up the test. Just look straight forward. And we'll do this one real quick. Alright, here we go. Right there. Okay. And then we'll do the other side. I can't snap with my left hand, so sorry if I'm reaching across to you here. Right there. Okay. That's within a reasonable distance. Very good. Very good on both of those. I really don't have any issues, I don't think, with your hearing. Yeah. And you said you're sure that you don't have any concerns with hearing? Okay, that's good. Recently, we've actually been seeing more people that have significant hearing loss in one ear, not both ears, and we're not exactly sure why, but we think it might be because of headphones and headphone use. If people only use headphones in one ear consistently and they're blasting music, then that can obviously damage their hearing in one ear, especially with younger people where hearing isn't an issue as often. We're seeing that be the case. So just something interesting that's going on with hearing. Not sure if that's true at all. I'm entirely making that up. I have no medical license or degree, but that's probably true. I bet you that's true. Anyways, next test I have for you, balance test. So what I'm going to need you to do is stand up for me. This might feel like a sobriety test, but we're just checking your balance. Okay, thanks for standing up. Now I need you to stand on one leg. Can you lift your left leg for me? Okay, and then just hold that position for 10 seconds. Okay, perfect. That should be good. Now, put your left leg down. Lift up your right leg. Okay, perfect. Now I just need you to lean side to side slowly. Okay, now I need you to take, let's say, 6 steps forward for me. One foot in front of the other. Okay, now, same amount back. Okay, yeah, this basically is a sobriety test, but we're just making sure that you have balance. Yeah, making sure you don't have any issues with balance, I should say. You do look good there, though. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to do a couple things that are just basic checkups for you. Can you open your mouth for me? Say ah, please. Thank you. Any issues with your throat lately? No. No issues with chewing. Okay, everything looks normal there. Now can you rotate your head to the side for me? Thank you. Alright, that ear looks relatively normal. Can you rotate your head to the other side? Thank you. Alright, now can you open your eyes wide for me? Any irritation with your eyes lately? No? Okay, that's good. We actually don't use light to check eyes anymore, which may not make sense, but we've been getting a lot of complaints it. You should just come back in and pay for another appointment. I think that would be the best line of action there. That's probably what you should do. Yeah. Anyways, I'll check the other eye here for you. Alright. That looks normal as well. Perfect, perfect. Okay. That should be good. Okay, now I'm going to test your shoulders here real quick just to make sure you have adequate strength in your shoulders. I'm going to put my hands on your shoulders. I just need you to press up like this, and I'm going to press against them. Not super hard, but just enough so there's some resistance. Just need you to push through that for me, okay? Alright, here we go. Good job. I'm going to press a little bit harder now. Okay, and one more time. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to press down on your forearms here. I just need you to hold your arms out like this. Okay, thank you. I'll lift them up. Okay, good job. Perfect. Alright, now one more time. Alright, great job. And now we have another test that's kind of similar to that here. I'm just going to place my hand on the side of one of your chins. Then I need you to push to the side against it. I'm going to put a little pressure on. Not enough for it to hurt or anything like that, but just to see if you can resist that, okay? So, okay, now rotate your head to the side for me. Good job. We'll do the other side here, and then we'll do it one more time with a bit more pressure. Perfect, perfect. Alright, one more time. Okay, then the other side. Okay, great job. And that is actually all I have for tests lined up. Now, obviously, we can do more if you have any concerns about anything. Oh, okay, yeah, we can do something like that. So you're having concerns with memory. Okay. Well, typically that's not something that we test in a cranial nerve exam, but if you're having concerns, I can just run a quick test here real quick. Wow, what am I talking about? Sorry about that. Anyways, we can run a test here just to get an idea of what your memory is like, and then if I think it's really bad, we can get another appointment scheduled to get an in-depth analysis of your memory done. But we'll see, maybe it's not too bad. But even if we do this test and it turns out to not be super bad, or at least in my opinion, if you still think you're having problems, obviously sign up for an appointment. But yeah, we can definitely run something right now just to see what it's like and to get my professional opinion real quick. Okay, so how we are going to do this, I'm going to tell you a 5-digit number, and then we're just going to have a quick conversation for about a minute or so. And then after that conversation, I'm just going to have you repeat that 5-digit number to me, okay? And this is a pretty difficult test, so if you can't do that, we'll do it with a 3-digit number. And then if you can't do that, we can do it with some, like, animals or something like that, okay? Just to get an idea of where your memory is at. Okay. So, you ready? Okay. Your 5-digit number is going to be 8, 1, 6, 5, 7. Okay. You have that. Okay, I wrote it down because I will probably Yes, okay, perfect. What do you think about the finals, Pacers versus Thunder? Okay, yeah, I mean, personally, if you look at it from like an unbiased point of view, the Thunder should really mop the floor with the Pacers. But I also thought that the Cavs were gonna beat the Pacers pretty bad, and I thought that the Knicks were gonna beat the Pacers as well. And they've proven me wrong for both of those. I'm a Bucks fan, so I didn't have very high hopes for our team. Anyways, yeah, what team do you root for? Oh, okay, yeah, rough season. Yeah, well, I don't know. You guys got the number 2 pick, right? Okay, yeah, so hopefully bright future ahead, especially with Wemby. I think you will be set. And maybe even Giannis, I've heard some trade rumors there. Yeah, anyways, okay. Can you tell me what the 5-digit number was? Oh, okay, you were really close. You said 81659. It was 81657. So, very close. We'll do that one more time with a 3-digit number, which I think you will be able to get. And then we can be done here. Yeah, we'll just run that real quick and then I'll tell you what I think. Your number is 280. Alright? Alright, let's think of something to talk about here for a minute. Politics. Oh, that's a great idea. I thought you would never ask. Donald Trump. I've been advised not to continue that conversation. The Canadian wildfires have been pretty crazy the last week or so. I mean, I guess I am directly affected because the air quality has been really bad. But, which has been unfortunate because these have been the nicest days of the year so far. It's been high 70s, low 80s every day, super sunny, and not much I can do about it. I've been stuck inside, and I'm not sure how far of a drive this is for you to get to the office. Okay, yeah, but I'm sure your weather is very similar. I imagine, yeah, it's not a super far drive for you. And, yeah, hopefully the wildfires are not continuing, because that's just bad, obviously. It's not. The air quality is bad, and then that creates a hazard for people that live in the areas where the wildfires are. And I know there's been a lot of towns and cities where people have been evacuated and like advised to leave because of the wildfires. And a lot of them are in like very northern Canada, so these areas don't have a ton of people. But yeah, just not the greatest situation. But hopefully they are not continuing. Anyways, good conversation. Now, could you tell me what the 3-digit number was that we started with? Okay, good job. You got that. Perfect. Yeah, so your memory, I think, is still okay. I wouldn't be against you getting some more tests done. Obviously, it can't hurt. But if you didn't get any done, if you didn't want to go through with that, I would understand. It's not something that I would deem necessary, but if you really wanted to, then all power to you. You can get that done. But, yeah, any other concerns, questions you have? No? Okay, well, great. You passed all of the tests I lined up for you. I don't have any concerns with your health. Yeah, you should be good to go. Thanks for coming in. If you have any more questions, just let me know. Or send me an email. I think you have my email, right? Yeah, and I will get back to you on that. But, yeah, that's all I have for you. Thanks for coming in.